Oi kids, Slacker Kai here. Today on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, we're playing Hudson's Adventure Island, and this is a bad game? It's certainly not a game I want to call good, and for demonstrable reasons. The first thing you notice about the game is, you're playing this character by the name of Master Higgins, who has the most ridiculous overbite in the entire world, and the most excited fucking... I love his eyes, they're so ridiculous, and... he only gets derpier when he goes on the skateboard. Alright, the skateboard is a okay, let me back up. So, the egg items that you run across throughout it contain usually power-ups. Sometimes they contain a power-down, which is an eggplant that chases you. It messes with the timer at the top, and I'll explain the purpose of the timer in a little bit. But, yeah, the skateboard only moves forward at varying paces. You can't control how fast the skateboard moves, so you're always moving forward, and that's a blessing and a curse. It gives you a hit, but it also makes the game a lot harder to control. You'll just lose that amount of control. As well, the timer that you'll notice up at the top, you think it's health, but it's not. Master Higgins here dies in one hit and one hit only. No, that is, literally, you have to beat the stage before that timer runs out or you lose another life. So, the fruit refills it up to 11 bars, I want to believe, and the eggs can contain milk, which can increase that up to 13 bars. But once that timer runs out, you're out of time. So it's a constant challenging race to keep moving forward. The biggest problem with this game comes in that you only get 3 lives. You can get some extra lives, I believe, by racking up enough points as you go throughout the game. But still, once you're out of points, you're done. Now, it is kind of nice that when you do die, you come back directly at the checkpoint that you're in front of. Each one of those numbered signs is another checkpoint, which is fairly nice. It's, you know, forgiving on a level. And certainly modern days with, you know, emulators and save states, and, you know, if you play it on the virtual console, you get a little bit more give to it. It's certainly a playable game. And the music to it is also not bad. I've heard worse, and you know, I want to call it a bad game because of the fact that just it is so ungodly challenging to the player. Unless you play it over and over again, you have to learn the layout of the levels as you go through it. And there's one other just dick move that comes up after a certain amount of time. It also suffers a wee bit from a certain problem. You see it, items will appear almost randomly, so you don't really know your first time through where you can expect power-ups to come from, things that you might want. It's just a game really based on trial, error, and you just have to be very willing to play with it, and that's, like, right there is a perfect example of just things that make this game a dick move. Now, and yeah, by the way, this is ice physics, but since on this part of with the ice, you want to just keep moving, you're not really going to stop. And that's, that right there is not entirely fair. I just put that out there. Alright, so going back up here. I love those statues, by the way. My understanding as well is that this is kind of based off of the Monster Boy franchise, which is in itself not bad. I actually kind of like them. Grew up playing the one of the ones on the Genesis, and I liked it. It's pretty challenging, especially the RPG elements. I really do recommend it, at least to give it a try, see if it's up your alley, but, you know, and I haven't played the later games in the Adventure Island series. This was the one that I grew up with. And it's challenging, it's frustrating, but at the same time, there's almost a certain amount of joy that comes with legitimately beating this game, as hard and frustrating as it can be. What's up, buddy? Oh, raccoon suit guy, I guess? You know, some of the things as well that happen in this, why frogs and things are menacing our poor friend, Master Higgins. The game never quite seems to make out what the hell is going on. Certainly, it's not a game that really is meant to be thought of too heavily. It's not like Legend of Zelda where you need to think these things through. As well, the weapon just sucks. Let's be honest, that axe has a very weird throw and range. Alright, well, I guess I should mention as well, we were almost at the boss guy, but after the boss, the game repeats. And that's Adventure Island! Yay, Adventure Island. One of those games that you rented as a kid and instantly regretted. I'm your host, Slacker Kite, and hope to see you next time, and Adventure Island was a bad game.